Okay. Now I need one bold person, just one, to unmute yourself and tell me what you think mentoring is all about. Just one person.
I can try, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I think mentoring is for someone is a professional in certain field to guide a junior one towards the goal, his main goal, which is going to be also in leadership tomorrow.
Okay, in leadership tomorrow to guide a professional in a certain field. Okay, now let me say, let me say that, for example, Elizabeth is pregnant and Joanne just got pregnant today, and Elizabeth has 5 kids. Joanne goes to Elizabeth for mentorship. Is that a particular field? Is pregnancy a field? I'm waiting.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
get?
So let's make it general because I was thinking about career wise. If we talk about mentoring general wise, let's
Yeah.
say it's for someone who has an experience in certain things that can guide someone who just who need help to achieve or to go through the time that the person is going through right now.
Okay, that's totally fine, and thank you for that. Deactivated account. I'm scared when I saw that name. I thought someone has deactivated my account. Yes, please, a quick one from you, and then we proceed. Yes, deactivated account. Your turn. Okay, guys, you can use the chat box. Put all your answers there, whatever you think. Amazing. I'm seeing a lot of good comments coming in. What a mentor is, what mentorship is. Richard, I hope you're taking note of that. You and Brown with Clarkson as well. Let's see what it goes. Okay, guys, don't worry. Due to time constraint, let's proceed. Keep putting in the answers in the comment section and let's see how it goes. Now, I want you to see that whenever someone asks you a question, take your time to understand that question. You know, our last speaker was totally right, but now when we look at it in the aspect where I say what is mentoring, I was not being specific. I was being generic. So please be guided. Why? Because you all are writing your exams, you all be dealing with stakeholders at the same time. It's very important. And one very good thing about mentorship is active listening. Because when you listen actively, you communicate better. And I appreciate each and every one of you unmuting yourself and speaking up, because when you speak up, you learn more. And when you learn more, it helps you now to identify those mistakes and work on them in the future, which is very important. So, mentoring is any form of social learning where someone with more experience, that's the mentor, helps guide the learning and growth of someone with less experience. So, it's any form of social learning, any form. So, that's what we're talking about. So, mentorship must not be only in the classroom. You can mentor someone in the football pitch. You can mentor someone in the market. You can mentor someone anywhere. So that's why they're telling you that any form of social learning is very important. And now, what do you see? We have 3 keywords. We have a mentor, we have the process, which is called mentoring, and we have a mentee. Who is a mentor? An experienced and trusted advisor. If you don't trust a mentor, you cannot work with him. If you don't trust a mentor, you cannot work with her. Now, what is the process of mentoring? Now, process of mentoring. You have a mentor, you have a mentee. The gap between the mentor and the mentee is mentoring. So, mentoring is just to advise and train someone. What did you hear? Advise. If you come to me with a problem, I advise you, I train you. But now it is your place to listen and implement. So if I advise you and you don't take it seriously, what happens to it? Everything I've told you goes to the garbage. And what happens? You don't change. But whenever you go through mentorship, you listen and actually You implement what you heard or what you learned, you become better. And who is a mentee? A mentee is a person who is advised, trained, or counseled by a mentor. There are a lot of mentees that push back. You might tell them, oh, see, this approach is not right. No, I think this is right because when you have a mentor is there to guide you because they are experienced, right? They know, they understand, they have gone through the failures, they have gone through the successes, and at the end, what happens? Based on the experience that they have, they are there to uplift you, to hold your hands and ensure that the mistakes that they made, you shouldn't make those mistakes. So it's always very important for you as a mentee to listen carefully and to also work with your mentor. Now, let's look at this. What is mentoring, training, and coaching? Training is telling someone what to do, solving someone's problems. If you come to me and tell me, Mr. Frank, I have NEBOSH exams coming up. Please, I need your support. I need training. Okay, let's go to element one. We start talking. Element two, element three, we get that done. Now, at the end, you're happy. You needed training. Mr. Frank has been there to train you. Now, let's look at mentoring. Mr. Frank, I'm a new safety officer. I went to site and I encountered this issue. I just got promoted as a manager. I got documentation, so I don't know where to start. Please guide me. Now you see that showing and experiencing, offering guidance. So I'm not there to train you, but I'm here to guide you to say, okay, now what's the context of your company? When you go to work in the morning, what do you guys do? What are the policies and procedures that you should do? Okay, I will kindly advise you that when you go, this is what you should do as the thing as a manager in the morning. Do your deep dive, look into your records, identify gaps and opportunities for improvement. And once you do that, you can come up with solutions. In that case, I'm guiding you and you're actually doing the job. And when you're doing it, you evaluate yourself. Wow, that technique really helped me. I've saved 30 minutes today and I got this done. Now, let's look at coaching, asking questions, helping another solve his or her own problems. You can come to me, Mr. Frank, this is permit to work. Should I put the title as this? Mr. Frank, here I had a negative feedback because I had 3 workers in the morning. They started working without me giving them a permit to work or checking their competency certifications. So now, when you keep asking questions, where did I go wrong? I'll tell you that, see, this is the mistake you made. At that point, I'm coaching you, I'm giving you feedback. Like, this is the problem, this was your gap, and this is what you should do. Helping another solve his or her problems. So now, when we look at mentoring, we actually go through each and every phase of this. We go through the training, we go through the mentoring phase, we go through the coaching. We combine everything together and call it mentorship. So we have training, we have coaching, and we have mentoring, which makes up the mentorship. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but now you should understand what is training, you should understand what is coaching, and you should understand what is mentoring, which is very vital. Now, when we look at training, you're telling. When we look at coaching, you're asking, you understand, which is very important for you to know the difference. Let's look at what mentorship is. Mentorship is a lot of things in which I'll be putting here and just giving you guys an overview. When we look at mentorship, we can look at resourcing, we can look at advising, role modeling. For example, if I'm a football player and I want to become a very good football player, who will I look at? I might look at a football player from my country. He might be my source of motivation. I can look at the best football player in the world, which is Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'm like, not in the world. Maybe other people have different perspective. Let's say Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, and all the like. Now, when I look at these people, they are role models because what they have achieved, that's what I dream of achieving. Now, another form is resourcing. What does resourcing mean? Yes, Brown, if you have any question, please just put them in the chat box and everyone will have a chance to speak up and I'll clarify your doubt. If I'm a mentor, I should be able to give you the information that you need. For example, if you come to me and tell me, Frank, I'm struggling with this, I need support. If I'm your mentor, mentor, I should be able to say, oh, well, okay, in this case, let's look at this. Let's look at this. If I'm not able to get it, maybe because of the connections I have, then definitely I'll be able to support you better. A mentor should be able to give you feedback. And when we talk about feedback, this is the one of the most difficult things in life, especially when you love someone, to tell the person the truth, because feedback is giving you the first-hand information, telling you that, see, I gave you this assignment. I think this thing was supposed to be done this way, but honestly, you're out of scope. If you need to actually get this done, this is what you need to do. There are a lot of health and safety aspiring professionals here. They pay for their NEBOSH examination. They come and say, oh, Frank, I want you to be my mentor. Guide me. You have a class with them. You talk to them on the first day. The next day they come, you ask them questions, and everyone is looking at you and telling you, oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Then you ask them, are you sure you want to write this exam? Yes, but I don't have time to study. My job takes 15 hours of my time in a day, but I ask you, who actually paid for the course? I paid for the course, but I don't have time to study. So what were you thinking before paying for the course? You were paying for the course because you know that there is a sacrifice to be made. And in this case, as your mentor, I'm not definitely going to tell you, you know what, you're doing a lot. Oh my God, you're trying. No, I need to give you a solid feedback. And that feedback is what will help you. And I'll be like, you need to sit up. If you paid for this, you have a month to prepare for your exam. So please sit up, allocate time to study, and you get things done, because from what I'm seeing, I'm not sure if you can make it. If I don't give you this honest feedback, you will not make it. At that time, you'll be like, oh my God, who does this guy think he is? Are you Jesus? No, I don't believe him. 1 week before the exam, I'll read and pass. I have AI. AI will help me to answer the questions. But if I'm not being honest with you, then definitely how will you succeed? So for you to have a mentor, you should be able to have someone that can give you an honest feedback about your career path if you're looking up to them in terms of career path. Whatever subject matter you're looking up to them, they should be honest. And a mentor should be able to teach you. There are so many mentees that I see. They'll be like, you know what, Frank, I cannot communicate, but I see the communication skills in you, but you just need to bring it out. And for me to help you bring out the hidden potentials that you have, I need to teach you. I need to guide you. And if you follow what I say, telling you, okay, do this today, do this tomorrow, trust me, you'll be where you want to be. Not only me, you might have mentors in different parts of your life, in different parts in your career. So I would definitely always advise, like, listen to what they say keenly, evaluate yourself and see, is what my mentor is saying right? Yes. If it's right, what is his advice? If he tells you do this, now what am I doing to ensure that I'm meeting up with expectation? Because the importance of mentorship is not actually to say I've been mentored for 3 months. No. After 3 months, you should be able to sit down and write down everything you have achieved within that 3 months. Sorry, I think I need to actually mute some people because we are getting a lot of noise from the background. Just give me a minute. Guys, please, if your background is noisy, kindly mute yourself so that you're not a form of distraction. There'll be time for everyone to speak. And if you have something to say, please, the time will come and you'll be able to speak up. Okay. Thank you all for understanding. Now, let's look at talk safety with Frank's approach to mentorship. Whenever it comes to me, my own strategy of mentorship is first of all to identify who I'm mentoring. Because if you come to me and tell me, oh, Frank, I need mentorship, I need to know, what do you actually want? And I don't need someone to tell me I need mentorship in safety. That's too broad. Safety is vast. So I need you to tell me, Frank, I got my NEBOSH and I want to move to the NEBOSH diploma level. I'm currently a level 3. I'm getting to a level 6. Now, in that case, you have narrowed down your scope of work. So I understand, I know your expectation, and I know how to support you. If you are a newbie, like what we talk about newbies, like you're new to the field of health and safety, you're struggling on site, you're struggling with documentation. Okay, I have a focus. This is what you want. Now, if you're in the field of health and safety, you're working in construction, you're like, you know what, at this point, I want to move to marine. And Frank is in marine. I think Frank can help me transition from construction to marine. So if I'm mentoring you to move to marine, I know that our subject matter has to focus on your transition. But if you come to me and you tell me, oh, I'm an aspiring health and safety officer, a safety professional per se, I want to become a safety officer tomorrow, or I want a job. Now, what do you want me to say? But if you come to me and tell me, Frank, I have NEBOSH, I'm currently working as a waiter, I've been trying to transition into the field of safety. This is what I used to apply. I use LinkedIn, I use Indeed, I use these websites to apply. I haven't gotten anything. This is my CV. So I need to focus on my strategy. I need to focus. What do you think I should focus on? Is it my strategy, or should I work on my CV, or is it my communication skills? What do you think? In that case, I understand. But some people will tell you, I want to join safety. And I ask you, why? Why do you really want to join safety? Because they have big salary. So you get me confused. You want to join safety because they have big salaries? Okay. It's another thing like I want to become a pilot because they wear white uniform and a lot of people like pilots. Now you don't know the risk factor and you just want to become a safety professional because of the salary. You will not strive. You will one day quit. When challenges will come, you will give up. So whenever you have an opportunity, I'm not talking only about me, whenever you have a mentor somewhere, please try as much as possible to ensure that you tailor your specific issue so that the mentor can guide you. And after a week or two, if you don't see any improvement, you need to move to another mentor because I might be experienced, I might be competent, but I'm not able to give out information. I don't know how to share information. That's why not everybody that has all the certifications that you see is a trainer. Not everybody has patience. For you to be a mentor, for you to be able to give information to people, you should be able to calm down yourself, know how to control your adrenaline, know how to understand, be an active listener, be a good communicator, understand your mentee, then you speak up. There are some people that don't have patience. They'll tell you this is what you do the opposite, they give you a knock on your head. And by the time you finish that mentorship program, your head has so many heels on it because there are several knocks on your head, right? Yeah, it's difficult. Imagine teaching someone how to drive for the first time. You say, put the car on lever D as in drive, they put it on reverse and they accelerate, they destroy your car. Some people even squeeze your neck. So basically, we need to be very patient. We need to understand people. You need to understand the subject matter and treat your mentee as your friend. Because if you're very strict with your mentee, they'll run away. They'll be like, oh, if I ask him a question, what will he say? No. And another thing you need to understand is that a mentor is not a boss. I'm not your boss. I'm your friend. I just have information that you don't have, and I'm willing to give it to you. So it's very important to know, okay, is my mentor doing the right thing? Okay, can I get something from him? In that case, you go to him. And whenever you have a mentor, please listen and listen well. If you see that you're not getting anything out of that mentorship session to save that friendship, to save that relationship, please look for a polite way and switch to another mentor because time is money. You cannot buy time. So whenever you have a project, you go to person number A, you see that, oh, their method of communication does not work. Their skill sets does not match who you are. Their personality does not match your personality. Move to another mentor in the same field and they will help you. That's why you have so many training institutes around. But what happens? They never compete among themselves. They work together because maybe what A has, that's not what Z likes. Z likes what Z has. And no matter what A does, Z will stick to D. So that's how life is. So you need to understand that. And also, mentorship is very, very important in your career growth. When you start a career, you need someone who has been there to help you. That's why they say the first teachers that children have are their parents. As a child, your first teacher is your mom or your dad, or maybe your mom if your dad is not available, because the mother tries to teach the child, they carry the child, they feed the child. So before you go to school, you get the initial teaching at home, which is very important. So if you are starting up a career, or if you are in a career, you don't have a mentor, I'm sorry, you're on the wrong path. Even me seated here, I have mentors for public speaking, I have mentors for communication, I have mentors for my technical skills. So I have a lot of mentors in which I try to gain their experience. They're about 50 or 60 years old. I love those old people because they teach me. Maybe their experience is the age I'm having, right? But I tend to learn a lot from talking with them. So you should know what you want. And this exercise is just about you. I want you to think about anyone who has added value to your career, irrespective of the person, let's say your mentor, your leader, and just write what you gained from it, you know, and what did it mean to you. You can put it in the chat box, and maybe tomorrow you get up and just send a message to your mentor and say, you know what, I couldn't have achieved this without you. Thank you. And know that if someone is your mentor today, it doesn't mean that after 10 years, the person will be better than you. You might be even bigger than that person. But what should you do? Never, never you disrespect your mentor, no matter how you grow in life. They say an ocean can never be bigger than rivers because the rivers make an ocean. So without your mentor, you couldn't have gotten the wealth of knowledge. You could get it, but it would have taken you a longer time. So maybe you have studied and you're more better than that mentor. It doesn't mean you should go back and disrespect your mentor. I have mentors that guided me 10 years ago, but they are still having NEBOSH certifications. When they call my phone, if I'm not in a strategic meeting, I stop everything I'm doing and I even hold the phone with two hands out of respect. Because if that person was not in my life at that particular time, I would not be where I am today. So please, you all should learn that it's very, very important. I need to see you writing in the chat box, writing what you learned and how it helped you. So please, 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 everyone should get on top of it. And if you have a mentor that you have never told that mentor, thank you, please look for a way. If you can drive to that mentor's place, go there, thank the mentor. If not, send a message and let that person know that you have them at heart. Now, what are the benefits of being a mentor? The first is personal development. Before I train you guys, I need to study. Why? Because for me to give out information, I need to know what I'm giving out. Yes, I studied it like 10 years back, but everything is volatile. I've lost everything I thought about. So I need to keep studying to ensure that the brain is fresh and up to speed. So when my mentees ask me a question, I should be able to understand. Now, as a mentor, I have to get professional skills. Why? If Frank is making videos to communicate with his mentees to create awareness on social media, Frank should be able to be a good public speaker. Frank should be able to talk in front of a camera. Frank should not be a shy person. Frank should be an outgoing person. Frank should be a social butterfly. So what happens? I start going into my professional skills. Now, how can I become better? I have to be a critical thinker. I need to think out of the box. I need to come up with new ideas. How can I become better? Frugality. How can I get more with less? Dive deep. If a problem is brought to you, Frank, what will you do? If it's 10 years ago, that's why I told you being a leader is not easy because people will press all your buttons no matter what you say, but it's okay. We have built that resilience, so that's fine. So imagine that 10 years ago, maybe I'll say, please mute your mics and people unmute. Trust me, 10 years, I was a white cat. You know the cat with the claws, right? Have I not told you to mute your mic? What the hell are you doing? You know, at that time, you're all over the place. You're angry. But now, when you get old and you start getting gray hair, when they do that, you just smile. And you're like, it's fine. Why? Because you learn over time, you build your skills and you grow. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You need to start building your skill. If you're someone that you pick up on little fights, the least things make you angry, you need to work on it. Because when you work with people from different countries, they'll press all the buttons you have in your body. So you should be able to control yourself. Else you might lose your job because of something that you could just ignore. Knowledge sharing. Know that whatever knowledge you have, when you share, you become better. Never keep knowledge to yourself and thinking that, oh, because you're keeping it to yourself, no, I want to be the best. No, for me, if you ask me something, I want to give you everything. Because when I'm giving you, I strongly believe that I'm empowering other people that will be better than me and will make our world a safe and healthy place of work. That's how I think. And that's how I want each and every one of you to think. Another thing is network. I always tell you guys, when you find yourself in a group, please don't be that shy person, okay? Be a person that you don't need a toothbrush. Be a person that you talk all the time. You make noise, but make quality noise. Don't just go there and spew rubbish. No. Go there, talk with people, bring up educative conversations. Don't be in a group and you're waiting. Oh, did I post a job today? The first job comes, you update your CV and you start applying. And later on, what happens to you? A leader will say, there is a job. For you to apply for this job, you need these qualifications. Guess what? You have all those qualifications, but what stops you? You have never engaged with that leader. You write to that leader for the first time, and you are like, please, I've seen this advert. Can I apply for the job? And he's like, who is this? You see that there's no consideration for you because you never built that connection. So in that case, you'll be treated like everyone. But now, if I see a CV, I'm like, oh, Jodene, Ngala Jodene, this guy is always on my tail. This guy is always very active in the group. This guy is good. Okay, Brown, amazing. Brown is good. Richard, okay, I know these names. So out of 700 people, okay, I can pick out 10 names. When I see their CVs, I don't need to think about anything. I'm just like, guys, push this CV forward. This guy is amazing. If he does not have the experience, they might get back to me and say, Frank, this guy does not have an experience. I tell him because, but this guy is audacious. I need him to be there. And if you believe in me, if he has any problem, I will train him. So I'm recommending him and I will support him along the line. Well, guess what happens? They will give him the job without even him going for the interview because they know that if he meets a roadblock, Frank will be there to support. So if you are listening to me and you have been a quiet person, please pick up the market women strategy, but pick it up in an educative way. Don't be those wild market women. Pick it up and try to fine tune it in such a way that when you speak somewhere, when you engage, people will be like, oh, if Frank does not speak today, I will not go to bed. If I don't hear that person speaking, I will not go to bed. So try as much as possible to bring out the best in you and let people enjoy you for who you are. If I'm your mentor, of course, career progression, I need to grow. If I don't get the right skills, how would I help you? And I cannot tell you, guys, elevate yourself, and at the same time, I'm only having NEBOSH. No. If I'm training you for NEBOSH, I should train master students in the next 5 years. I should be able to train PhD students in the next 10 years. So you should also keep enhancing your skills and you keep growing. That's what it's all about. Cultural understanding. Sorry, I added that point, but no problem. Now, there's a very, very good thing I want to talk to you guys about. When we look at the common challenges in mentorship, what's the first thing that you think would be a challenge? You see, that's a young guy trying to climb that rope, right? He wants to get to the top of that rope. But how will he get to the top? There are challenges. What are the challenges we face in mentorship? Frank might be in the UAE and you are in Cameroon. You have 3 hours difference. Time management is key. Maybe Frank is free at 8 p.m. Dubai time and you are free at 9 p.m. UK time, which means that we cannot meet. But these are some of the challenges that we see. Mentorship is not for everyone. Like I rightly told you, I might have the skill, I don't know how to speak. Secondly, I might have the skill, but I don't have the time to give out the information that you need. So we need to be very structured. So if you are a mentor, you need to allocate time with your mentee. You need to plan well ahead of time and say, if I'm supposed to have a session with you on Monday, then Monday at this particular time, both of you are aligned. You send a calendar invite to the person. The person actually gets that calendar invite, and guess what happens? The person books their calendar, then both of you will meet at that time and have a session. That's another strategy. Another strategy could be like you might have an issue and you have an impromptu call. You call and you guys talk about. Now, if you are someone without patience and you go and you're mentoring someone that is very patient or someone who is slow, you see that you tend to get angry and you're like, oh my God, let this mentorship session come to an end. Oh, this guy booked for 1 hour. It's already 10 minutes and he pissed me off. You see, they start saying, okay, guys, let's take a break for 2 minutes. And you're like, we just came in 10 minutes ago. Why should we have a break? Why? Because maybe the person needs to go out there and you know what? Let me take some fresh air because if I don't take fresh air, I might fight all over the phone or maybe through my laptop or whatsoever. So it's very important for you to know the person who mentors you should match your personality. Lack of structure for each meeting and lack of an ending. If you have a mentorship session, you should be able to say that, okay, this is our objective of this meeting. When you go for that meeting, you have to achieve that objective. You cannot go for a mentorship session and say, okay, guys, what are we going to discuss today? Let's discuss permit to work, confined space. It might not be relevant for you at that moment. Maybe you have a job interview tomorrow. Yes, I'm a safety professional, but I have a job interview tomorrow. Why are we talking about confined space now? Should we be talking about audit? Now let's focus on interview techniques. I need you to support me on this. You're like, no, no, no. I'm your mentor. I'm telling you what you need. You don't tell me what I should tell you. In that case, you see that that is a very bad relationship. Those are challenges. So you must make sure that there is a clear objective. Why are you here? Are you getting what you came here for? Are you both aligned on what you need? Yes. If this meeting is over, what did I learn from this meeting? Like you're here. Please, if you did not learn anything from this session, next time I send something, just delete it. But if you learn something from it, please put a thumbs up so that I know that I should always organize sessions for my people because it's very important. I've seen about 15 tools. No, those are not tools, those are thumbs, and so many people smiling. I'm happy that you guys are enjoying the session. It's very important. Lack of agreed communications methods and timings. Please, there are some people like me, Frank. I like when things are structured. If I get up in the morning, I have my calendar is booked for the entire day. Now, if I have ad hoc, that's maybe between 5 to 6, I can have 1 hour. That's when I can take up any other thing. But if I've aligned with you a day before that let's meet tomorrow at this time, please respect that time. Because if I miss out on that time, I might not catch it. And that's what happens with a lot of leaders, even with you, your mentee. If my mentee tells me, Frank, this time is good for me, I try my best to say that no, I will put my calendar reminders. I will put, hey Siri. Siri is even getting tired of me because I'll keep telling Siri, hey Siri, can you do this for me? Hey Siri, can you book? Can you put the alarm for me to remember? And I'm like, okay, fine. Now, once I have that in place, 30 minutes before time, I keep looking at my calendar. Yes, I have this meeting. Can I meet up? Yes. If I cannot meet up, I send you a meeting way ahead of time. And we all need to know how to book our calendars. Start using your calendars effectively because you're safety professionals and it will help you a lot when you start working. So whenever you put your calendar, you know that, okay, I'm busy. I have this key meeting. So whenever it's time, you're there at least a minute or two before time. You don't need several reminders, which is important. That's why I take your Gmails and I try as much as possible to send a calendar invite and make the setting in such a way that 15 minutes before time you get notified. But the problem is that some people send the wrong Gmails, and when we keep taking this Gmail, what happens? If your Gmail is not right, you might not get the calendar invite. That's why we need to put the link again in the group. We keep sharing. So guys, we need to be very structured. It's going to help us, okay? No one should be angry with me. I'm just being honest with you. We should be patient enough. Lack of patience. Please, please don't be impatient. Be patient with your mentees. Lack of preparation. You see my slides I bring to you. Before each session, I prepare everything, go through them, make sure that I'm fluent enough so that whatever I'm saying, you understand. But if I don't prepare, I come here, I start saying, mentorship is okay. Wait, guys, give me 2 minutes. Let me go to ChatGPT. I go to ChatGPT. What is mentorship? Yes, mentorship is a social discussion between. Oh, I forgot what I had to say. You see, I look stupid to you, right? And you'll be like, what is this guy even doing? So it's very important when you prepare well ahead of time. So when you're coming to give knowledge to people, you're ready, you have practiced, no matter how good you are, please practice before time. It helps you to be more confident and fluent. But if you have not practiced, they'll even tell you, Mr. Frank, good evening. You'll be like, network issues. I cannot hear. Network issues. But trust me, sometimes it's network issues. Don't think that if I tell you network, it's because I did not prepare. So lack of respect by the mentee. When your mentor organizes a session with you and you come late without prior notification and you come and say, "Oh, sorry, it happened," okay, that's fine. That's fine. But for me, I'm understanding, but not everybody's understanding, especially when people are supporting you and they really want the best for you. So when they come to a meeting before you, all the time, it shows that you're not serious. So that's what we talk about respect. So if a mentee is there and you see that they're ambitious, please, as mentors, I know we have a lot of mentors here, please be there before time or be there on time at least. That's a form of respect. It means a lot. So that's what I have to tell you. Okay, I've said my own thing. Now, the too enthusiastic mentor. When you go for a mentorship session, what happens to that mentor? Oh, he keeps talking about himself. Oh, blah, blah. They don't listen to you to speak. They don't even give you the chance to speak up. Blah, blah, blah. Before you go home, you're like, I need Panadol. This mentor has killed me today. This guy has made my hair go gray. They keep talking, talking, and talking. That's not what mentorship is all about. Mentorship is a two-way session. You give a problem, we discuss together, we try to look for solutions and see, okay, how can we come up with guidance? How can we help you to tackle this problem? And now we ask you, what do you think about this action? We have developed it together. Do you think this is good? Do you think you'll be able to do it? Yes, I think I'll be able to do it. Okay, go and try and come back. So if you're a mentor, don't always go and overwhelm your mentee, say a lot of things that are not necessary. Don't be boastful about your career progression all the time. It's like, no, I'm this, I'm a superman because of this. Oh, I'm a big boss. People respect me. All of those things are not needed. Please. People get respected by the way they carry themselves. Humility is key. Be humble, be gentle, be patient, be kind, be more of a listener, listen to your mentee and try to solve their problem, which is very important. Those are some of the skills that a lot of mentors don't have. And as a mentor, you need to take refresher courses all the time on communications, on active listening. It helps you a lot on learning techniques and presentations. So I'm going to come up also with another presentation before the end of the month. I think the last week of the month or early May on the learning techniques and presentation in which you all will actually learn from. So it's important. My company did it for me. So I learned and I think it's good. I have implemented it in my life. It works. So I want you all to benefit from it for free. So the only thing you need, internet, laptop, a phone, or anything, come at 8 p.m. every Wednesday, GMT +4, and you learn. Now, another important thing is trust. If you don't trust me as your mentor, why are you here? If you don't trust a mentor, why do you work with that person? Trust is important. It helps to build relationships. You might have a mentor who mentored you 10 years ago, but you know what? That relationship is solid. It's in such a way that he's like your brother, the brother you never had, the sister you never had. So without trust, mentorship is zero because sometimes you need to be honest about what you're currently going through. And you can open up to your mentor and say, you know what? Trust me, this is the salary I earn. It's way low. Maybe sometimes you might tell me, oh, John, you need to do this course. You need to get LinkedIn Premium. But you see that I'm hesitant to get it. You don't know why. Today, I just want to be honest with you. It's because I cannot afford. If I could afford, I could get it. You're not asking for money, but you're just being honest with your mentor. And if you're a mentor, your mentee open up to you, please, it should end between you and the mentee. Don't take it to your friends, because you don't know how information will always go back to your mentee. That trust factor is very important. You should be able to open your chest. You should get like 2 terabytes, keep it in your chest. Whatever information comes in, you keep storing them. And whenever you think it's not important, just delete them. Control D, delete everything, but don't carry someone's information to another person. It's very, very important. You will lose your credibility instantly in front of your mentee. And mentees as well, please, whenever you're telling your mentor something, don't tell them lies, because they will guide you on the lies you have told them. And maybe if you don't understand now what they're trying to tell you, it'll be difficult for you and you keep making mistakes and you say that your mentor is not effective or efficient. You can have a mentorship class today with your mentor and you forgot that you had a class, you had a party to go. You can text them 1 hour before time, 30 minutes before time, and say something really came up, a family event or an occasion with a friend. I'm sorry, I will not be able to make it on time, but please, it will not happen again. Some people will tell you, oh, I'm in the hospital, they have gone to the microwave and they keep pressing it, it makes turn, and you think that, oh, they're getting a drip in the hospital. I'm in the hospital, I cannot breathe. I slept yesterday. And after like 2 months, you have forgotten, or maybe after a week, you have a session with your mentor, and you're like, there was one party I attended last week, Wednesday. It was amazing. You know what? I made a great, and you keep selling yourself. And the mentor will be like, what happened to that microwave button that I kept hearing? So that was actually a microwave. This guy was not in the hospital. So what happens? Your mentor already starts losing trust in you. Whenever you tell him, sir, can I mute my camera? I'm going to the washroom. He'll think that maybe you're in a nightclub going to dance for 5 minutes and come back. So guys, we need to be honest. It doesn't kill you to just tell him the truth, no matter how bad it is. No one will slap you, no one will beat you, but it will really make you to earn respect in front of your mentor. So when your mentor knows you in the honest way, they will like you. Guys, you keep laughing. I'm not a comedian. I'm a safety expert. I'm not here to make you laugh. I'm here to train you. I hope you're listening to what I'm saying. Not people laughing, not people laughing. I hope you're listening. Okay, oh, I've said my own. If you like, you listen and you keep laughing and you go tell your family, oh, I attended a comedy show. That's what you know. My own is to train you, and that's it. So I've given you the information. You can read. I don't go by bullet points all the time, so you can read and get those points. Now, as a mentee, as a mentor, these are some bullet points for you to know. Get to know your mentee, not a lying mentee, the honest mentee. And mentees speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Okay. Set goals for which behavior you want to see and not what you want to see. Please don't go for your mentorship class with makeup full over your face. And when we're talking about safety, you're sweating, there's no AC. No. Come ready, relax. If you're in a bed space, that's totally fine. We don't care about that. Wherever you find yourself, as long as you're there, that's all what matters. Discuss goals and be transparent. Yes, you have to give honest feedback to say, see, this your goal is too big. There are some people who tell me, see, I had NEBOSH now, I'm a laborer, I'm a cleaner, I want to have NEBOSH diploma within the next 7 months. I was the best in my school. It doesn't matter. But where will you get that money to get that diploma? How will you pay that fees? And diploma means you need to study hard and you're working 12 hours in a day. So I'll be very transparent with you. I'll tell you, guy, you know what? You need to take it slow. At this point, try to get a job, guy, try to get a better job that will step down on the amount of time you spend and you get to do what you have to do and meet up with your objectives. So that will help you as well. So I think each and every one of you have read this point. So I don't need to go over it again so you understand. Okay. Okay, okay. Everything I've told you, you can see them here. Be open to feedback. If they tell you something that pains your chest, please take your dress, cover that chest like this, keep it with you. Take the positive side of it and implement it in your life. Don't take everything and you get angry and you'll be like, why is he saying this to me? He has no right to say it. As long as he's respectful or she's respectful to you and they tell you the truth, take it positively. That's what will help you. And please, I'll be sharing the recording and I'll be sharing this presentation to you. So from time to time, Do watch it. If you're a mentor, this will help you. We all are mentors in different ways of life. Being a father, you're a mentor, you're a leader. Being an elder brother, being an elder sister, just having siblings, you're mentors as well, because they might look up to you in different aspects of life. So it depends on how you transmit that information to them and how you build that relationship, which is important. Then I'm just going to give you this amazing quote for each and every one of us to see. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain as he is. If you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought and could be. Now, for those who don't understand, it's fine. I will break it down. Don't fight me in the comment section below. Okay. What happens is that if someone comes to you and the person needs growth, okay, you should not just let that person be in that way that he is. You should be able to transform that person. So when someone comes with a clear goal in front of you, an objective, and says that this is what I want to be, with a smart objective, and you see that yes, it's achievable, then you have to work on that person based on those goals and objective. It will help that person become the leader that the person wants to be. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. And before you start jumping on your questions, our master class is going to be on the 26th of April. I think we have about 20 people who have registered. The same way I trained you, this is how you get to understand the safety management system, which is very important for all health and safety professionals. If you don't master the safety management system, you keep rigmaroling, you keep going round circles. And by the time you get this, you'll be late for you. I got ISO certificates in 2017, 45, I think that was 18,001. And I got 45,000 in 2020, I think so. But I understood the ISO standards in 2024. And I'm telling you, I understood it after how many years? From 20, I think 2017 with 18,000, that was OSAS, moving up to 45,000. I understood it in 2024 and how to implement it just 2 years ago. So please, having certifications is one thing, mastering them is another. So it's very, very important. It's a 6 hours training and you have gaps in between for your breaks. So if you scan this QR code in front of you, you see the plan, you see everything, and that's what I'm going to bring to you. And so many people ask me, what's the essence of doing a masterclass on ISO 45001? Now, the core of safety is a management system. Whatever you're doing as a safety officer, you're doing documentations. Why are you doing documentations? Because you want to meet up with the expectations of each clause of the management system. And if you don't know what a management system is, then now the documentations you're doing in your various company, how far are you sure that those documentations are relevant? How far are you sure that you're meeting up with each and every standard or the clause in those standards? So mastering the ISO 45001 is key. It's very, very important. You can have NEBOSH, IGC, and if you understand the ISO standard, this is what you need to become a safety auditor. You don't need NEBOSH diploma to become a safety auditor. If you are an expert in the ISO standard, then definitely you can become a safety auditor. Now, you doing NEBOSH level 6 is to enhance your technical skills. But once you're a master of the management system, then definitely you are good to go. So this is just the beginning. We have energy, that's ISO 50001, where you can become an energy auditor. You have 14,001 for environmental management. You have 9,001 for quality. So for each and every one of you that wants to actually understand what safety is and take your career to the next level, this is a perfect opportunity for you to enhance those skills. And for those who attend this session, they'll come back and testify to you after a period of 6 months of implementing it. And what I will do is I'm going to give you a template in which once you're done, you get this. For those of you who are already working in your companies, you take that that template, check each clause of the standard and see. You identify a lot of gaps in your management system. And when you identify those gaps, set up a meeting with your manager. You all should start working on it. And now we are in Q2. Now it's already April. So you can achieve everything before the end of the year. And you ensure that your management system is effective and efficient. I cannot overemphasize. Thank you all for listening. And if you have any questions, I'm open to receive questions for 10 minutes, and whatever question you have, please feel free to drop it in the community. I hope it made sense. Jodene, am I audible? Okay, fantastic. I hope it made sense to you all. I hope I didn't make you guys sleep. So if you learned something today, can you just quickly drop maybe what you're taking home? I need everyone to write down a take home message, because I know most of my people always attend my sessions sleeping on the bed, holding their heads. So I want you to tell me what you're taking home from this session today. Let's go. Brown, over to you. I can see your hands are raised.
Yeah, Frank, you can just proceed. I'll come back soon, please.
Okay, that's fine. I have deactivated account. Yes. Do you have a question? Guys, sorry that I joke a lot when I'm training. Is because I want you guys to understand. So when I make you laugh, I don't want you to forget. Jacob, I can see you. Jacob, tell me, what do you think about the session today? You're muted. We cannot hear you.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good evening to you, Mr. Frank. Actually, let me just go back a little bit. After listening to the video which you sent in the group, and then now again, from what you have said, there is two things that I've picked from it. One, the first one is patience, temperament. So I can say temperament is one of the important things, and patience, because I believe we as human, we are like a spark plug of a car. Once you ignite the key, you can just So I learned these two things to understand that sometimes, not sometimes, every time, you must not react immediately in certain situation. You might be on the field and you are trying to explain, maybe the staff should not walk without wearing safety jacket, and people have their different characters. There are some people, someone might just respond to you at the back, and you just say, hey, stop that, why I'm talking, why are you talking? So in that kind of scenario, it's always good to be calm, and maybe you can just throw some jokes and laugh and then continue. So I've learned about patience when you're dealing with different people from different culture. And I think patience also, and temperament. For temperament, it's something that really I've really gained a lot of knowledge, especially when you talk about, if you have someone that have mentored you before, you can, after this session, you can just go and text them. I have one manager in the previous company that I worked, who really, I can say he really taught us, we learned a lot from him about temperament, because thank you so much. And also I have one question. So you talk about the ISO 14001, you talk about ISO for environmental
Management system.
system, and then you talk about ISO for maritime, and then you talk about also ISO for you talk about three
Energy. I spoke
energy.
about four. You
Yes,
have
four.
energy management, 50,001. You have 45,001, health and safety. You have environmental, 14,000, and you have quality, 9,000.
So this for ISO, is it that if you're specialized in marine, you can go for the marine ISO, or if you're specialized in the environmental science, you can go for it, or is it you can go for all of them?
Okay, I get your point. Now I ask you a question. Are you already in the field of health and safety?
I'm still getting into the field.
Okay, very good. Now I understand where your question comes in. So now let me explain to you. When you hear about a standard, it's not specific to a sector. It's applicable for when you hear about health and safety standard. It means that irrespective of your sector, you need to comply with those standards. So companies that have ISO 45001 is a company that has an excellent management system. So you don't need to actually check that company, go there to audit them to know, oh, is this a good company? No. If you just go to their website, you see ISO 45000. Now, for you to actually maintain those standards, there is a lot of work that you need to put in place. You have management review, you have to go through the PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, act, but now it's more elaborate. You go through the clauses. And once you go through the clauses, you tend to understand. So if you have ISO 45001 and you're in construction, you move to marine, it doesn't mean you go and do another ISO 45000. No, it is a standard that you can do. And irrespective of the sector that you work in, you're just actually implementing what it comes from that standard. Now, for those of you who are safety professionals, when you have audit in your company and you see auditors coming, those auditors, you can see, they can tell you these are internal auditors. So if you have the integrated management system, I don't know. Anyways, let me try to see how I can bring it down so you understand. So we have what we call lead auditors and you have internal auditors. So if you do an internal auditor course, you can only audit within your company. So as a safety professional, you can audit within your company only. But if you are a lead auditor and you have been auditing for long, you have that experience, I, as a lead auditor, I can come to your company and audit your company if I'm working in a consultancy. So let me say I'm looking for a health and safety leadership role I don't get. I can look for a job now as an auditor, as a lead auditor. And now I start working on building management systems, auditing. So in the field of health and safety, it's not only about you working on the site, working construction, working marine, you can also work in a consultancy where you work as an auditor. So the ISO 45001 version 2018 actually helps you to understand the management system and it will help you to implement it. So I don't know if I've answered your question, but I think there's a lot you need to learn as well because you're aspiring. So yes, you need to understand. It comes with time. Don't worry. You'll pick it up with time because you also need to start building the experience. And once you're building the experience, now you understand what we are talking about. You get my point?
Yes, very clearly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. So let's pick up Ali Day. Ali Day, you're muted.
Yes, Mr. Frank. Thank you for this great presentation. I need to let you know that I cancel all my program in order to join it.
Amazing, amazing.
I've
I
been
hope that
so.
you're not regretting for being here.
Of course, if I was regretting, you will not find me anymore in the in the meeting. So it was a great presentation. I don't have question. I just want to let you know and all the people know that, as you mentioned, dedicating time for this meeting, it is like you are a mentor or you are a mentee dedicating time for your mentee or for your mentor. This is one of the things. We shall always ensure that we have time for it and the punctuality. It is very, very important. if Mr. Frank organizes meeting starting from 8 o'clock, at 8:10, he's not there, no one will stay. And I will jump from this one to the trust. He mentioned the trust. Either you are a mentor or a mentee, trust is, I will say, trust is the key. If I don't trust Frank, I cannot attend this meeting. If Frank does not trust me, he can ignore that my hand is raised. So
That's right.
trust is very, very important. Either you are mentor or mentee, the communication as well. And of course, we don't communicate to people we don't trust. And if we communicate, the communication will be limited. I may give you 5% or 50%. I keep the remaining because I don't trust you. I don't know what will be the outcome tomorrow. And beside that, we shall always recognize someone's effort. If you are mentoring someone and he moves, even if it is from 0 to 1%, that 1% is already something. Appreciate it. If someone is mentoring you and dedicate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, half day for you, appreciate it. We usually say time is money. If someone is giving you his attention, his time, it is more than money. He mentioned mentorship, he mentioned training. All of this, we are supposed to pay money to get that. Even this mentoring section, we are supposed to pay money for it, but it is for free. An opportunity for each and everyone here to say thank you. So from my end, I have to say thank you to Frank and to those who are supporting him in having this meeting, in pushing each other for us to achieve the common goal. And of course, our common goal is pulling each other, finding ourselves on top together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I have to quickly run because I have to be at the airport to see off my brother moving from the UAE. So we have our platforms in which I will encourage each and every one of you to kindly use it. We have a paid group, a subscription group that we study on monthly basis, and that is for those who want to actually upskill themselves and they need support. That's just 55 dirhams in a month. We have the general group that has about 750 members because some people reached out to me and told me, oh, I don't know about those groups. So Richard, you Clarkson and Brown, you can always guide them and make a lot of announcements so that they should know. And the reason why we have that subscription group, the information we share is more of personal, more of supporting. We have personal sessions and we try to build those people, Yeah, they are open groups like this one where people come in for knowledge. Like we have a group of 740, but there are just 87 people on the call, which is important because you know why you're here, irrespective of you giving information for free. People will still ignore. But when they have interviews, that's when they'll keep rushing, like, please, Mr. Frank, I want to pay you to train me, but there is no time. So basically, when you attend these sessions, please make use of it because when you are understanding this thing helps you to build yourself during interviews, push yourself out of the box. And when you keep implementing them, trust me, you will grow. Before I have a session with you guys, I sit down, I think. And I said from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, you all will have sessions every Wednesday, irrespective of where I find myself. You can see I'm not in my office. That's why you see my background. But I had to find a quiet place to train you guys because when you make up your mind that you will give to the community, dedication is one thing, and that's who I am. If I tell you I will do it. So that's how you all need to learn. And when you learn in that way, you will see growth automatically coming without you asking for it. So without much ado, I know you all have a lot of questions. I will take your questions, put them in various platforms where you are. If you're in the paid group, yes. If you want to know about it, Richard Brown will be communicating with Clarkson. They will guide you. If you want to join the masterclass, they will guide you as well. Because after this, I will be off till tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the morning, where I'll be able to support you guys further. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone that you're on this call. Please, please take your career seriously. Like I told you, I didn't have everything easy. I started as a waiter when I came to this country, but I've grown and I'm able to influence more than 100 people globally. So I will not tell you, oh, I was a boss. No, I've grown. I'm a leader, but I'm not yet where I want to be. My plans are very high and I'm working extremely hard to get it. And I encourage each and every one of you as well, irrespective of where you are. If you're in a bed space, say you move to a studio. From a studio, you move to an apartment. From an apartment, you have kids, you raise up your kids, they will school with you. Those are the steps that will make you big. If you don't put strategic objectives, you will not grow. And no matter how you apply, it becomes challenging. Do not give up. Keep pushing yourself. Network. Connect with Richard. If I've seen Ali Day here, I should be Ali Day's friend. If I've seen Brown, I should talk to Brown. If I've seen Jacob, I should connect with Jacob, because if I feel demotivated, Jacob will motivate me. If I feel demotivated, Ali Day is there. For example, if I'm going to Fujairah, I will meet Ali Day. We have been in a group for 5 years. I don't think he has ever been to my home, or I've ever been to his home. But if I'm in Fujairah, I'm stranded, I know I have a friend, I have a brother, I will call him, Ali Day, I need your support. We have been in a professional group, the Cameroonian Health and Safety Association, for over 5 years, but we have not visited. But tomorrow, if I want to name the few people that can stand for me, I know he will stand. Why? Because of the trust factor, because we have been honest, because we keep working together. And that's the essence of unity. When you guys are united, when you network rightly, you will grow. So on behalf of my team, we want to thank you. Abanum, if you're here, maybe you can close this session for 2 minutes with us before you go. I have a lot of respect for that young man. I met him in Ghana 3 years ago, and I see he's doing an incredible work. I don't know if he's here, but if you're here, just unmute yourself and speak. But if not, that's fine. I'll invite him to actually do a session with you guys and tell you guys how he has been able to navigate those challenges in Nigeria. So I don't know if he's. Oh, you're here?
Yeah, I've been on since.
Fantastic.
Okay,
I just want you to close this session. Where are you? I cannot find you.
Okay, my device does not allow the camera to be on.
Don't
Sorry
worry.
about that. Yes. So good evening, good afternoon, good day, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. Typically, someone like myself might want to say I don't want to be part of this session, but I do not turn away such sessions. I'm currently a mentor to other folks. I'm also a mentee as well. I'm under the IRSM 1% Safer Mentorship, and I'm being mentored by the past president of IOSH, Mr. Frank Agwe. We know him very well. So I'm delighted to be here. I've already also picked one or two from this session. I have to be a mentor, a mentee, and I'm also going to implement this in because of my career. Thanks to everyone that made that time to join this session. Mr. Frank Agwe has been doing lots and lots, and I'm watching from the sideline and trying to participate as much as I can. Thank you once again. Thank you for attending, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, guys, and see you all next week, Wednesday, for our next session. We'll have a host. He's going to be a speaker. He's currently in the UK as well. It's a big surprise for you all. He reached out to me a couple of, I think, last year, and he was telling me about Frank. I'm transitioning to the UAE. I think I've spoken about these to those in the paid platform, but they got to know him. And I have spoken to him. He has confirmed that he'll be our speaker for next week. So we are having a lot to unfold, and you all will learn and enjoy. Make sure you're here next week to learn, because we have a lot coming up up for you. And the last week of April, we shall be hosting the president of IOSH UAE Committee of the Middle East. So I've spoken to him as well. He's a great leader from Pakistan. And I think he has that side. If you know him, he has over 20 years of experience. So I pitched to him and he agreed to give a session to us as well. And currently we are about finalizing things with IOSH. So we have a back and forth. So I need them to also do a presentation to you all, talk to you all about who IOSH is and what you stand to benefit in becoming an IOSH member. So those are the updates I can give you for now, but we are going to have a lot of things coming up on our social media platforms. So follow Talk Safety with Frank on all social media platforms. And we heartily respect each and every one of you. If there is anything that you feel that we can do better, reach out to us. We are happy to get that feedback. And if there's anything that you want to do, if you want to host a session like this and you don't feel confident, please reach out to me. I'm going to support you. I will train you to do that. And the platform is not only for me, it's for each and every one. So if there's anything that you feel that you can say with respect to safety, come up with it. Let's work on your presentation. Then we get you up to speed and you can be a lead. You can do a presentation. I can work with you now and you present in the month of May or June. That's totally fine. So it's open for you. Feel free. This is your home. So anything you want to do, just reach out to the admins and they will support you. Have a blessed evening and good night to everyone.
Good night.
Night.